Alrighty, we are here. I really wanted to do a real quick design video. I created a logo for an agent, and I kind of wanted to walk through being able to do this because I think it's a really cool feature that we have available to us, and I wanted to duplicate it and kind of show how you can create your own logo. I'm going to do the exact same logo. I'm probably just going to use my name and show you exactly how I did it, so that way you can use this same type of method to create a logo for yourself, for your brand. So in designs here, I logged into Command and we are in the designs templates, or in designs here. These are all my current templates that I've created. I can sort them by what I created for, whether email, landing page, social, print, or agent site. I'm going to go down and create a new one. And I'm just going to use the social, the creative design for social, because it really doesn't matter which one you use, but I like to use the social one. So we'll go ahead and click next. So you can use just any design. It really doesn't matter which one you use because you're going to clear everything out anyway. So what I think is nice is that in designs, if you go into My Designs, you can create a design from a blank. And typically for like a logo, I would go with probably, I don't know, I'd probably say maybe like 1,000 by 1,000. Or even maybe 1,000 by like 500, just to get a custom size in there. Now, keep in mind, when you create a custom size, if you decide you want it to be a different size, you cannot change it at the current time. You can't go in there and resize it. You would have to start over with a different custom size. But I think 1,000 by 500 would be a decent canvas to start with. And you can see here that the canvas is 1,000 pixels by 500 pixels, so it's going to be a fairly large document. And I always like to make my logos and designs bigger than I need, because things always look better if you make them big and you have to scale them down, and if you have to scale them down to be something smaller, but they can look blurry or misshapen if you are having something that's maybe a 250 pixels and you're trying to expand it to like 500. It can look unclean. So going from big to small always looks cleaner than going from small to big. So from here, these are all of the predetermined things that you can use under text. You have the company ownership statements and all this stuff, or whatever. You have all these fun banners, that different styles that you can use, and we are going to actually use one of these here. Or you can just add some sort of title, subtitle, text, or text block. I use subtitle. It doesn't really matter, I guess, what you want to do. These are my headshots, and the other day I created a Valentine's Day social media post. So that shows up there. But actually, we're going to start with the banner here. The one I used the other day, I was just kind of browsing through these, and I kind of liked the way that this Dexter Morgan one looked, with like a bold and then a kind of a like a lighter text underneath. But you could use like this Palm Beach Sailing Club or even Melbourne University. Actually, we'll go ahead and I'll use something that's a little bit different than the last one I used. So in here, you can take this, double click on it, and then you should be able to highlight it. And this is part of the logo. I want it to say Realtor. And under here, instead of 2015 collection, I would like it to say my license number, which is going to be CALDRE number 019904116. That's how I want that to look. And then up here, we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to type, I misspelled my name, Bryan J. Collins. So here I have the beginning of my logo. I'm going to make this just about as big as this. Now you can, if you drag these around, it'll find its center, so that'll help you match everything up, which is really nice. Now I'm going to change this because I don't feel like that this text makes for a very good logo. So we're going to look at all these different fonts that we have here. There's Dancing Script. Looks like there's a couple different. There's a bold and a regular. This Liar Script. I like it. So, I mean, in essence, that could be it. I could overlap Realtor a little bit if I wanted to. So it looked like I wrote my name. The font that I used the other day, is also a really good one. It was up here, Allison Script. So it looks a little bit more like you're actually writing. Trying to find the center. There it is. So there we go. So I could use that if I wanted it to be just that big. I think the Realtor looks a little bit big though. So I think I'm going to try and bring this down. Now, with these banners, when you use them, they're all attached together. You can edit each individual field, but what you have to do is you have to use this explode sticker, because this is basically one group. So what it's going to do is when you click this, it says this will ungroup all the elements of this banner, and the text will loose its auto-adjusting abilities. That's a typo. Somebody should probably fix that. Would you like to continue? So I'm going to say yes. So now you can select multiple things. So I can select these together, and I'd be able to drag and drop them, but I won't be able to resize them individually. So you will need to keep that in mind if you plan on maybe making further adjustments. You might need to make those adjustments before you explode these things. So this is at 54.2 currently. It's a little bit big, so I'm going to bring it down to 40. I think that seems a little bit more reasonable. And 19, I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep it at 20. I'm going to bring this up a little bit though. So there's that. There we go. So I guess one thing I didn't really think about in this is that I want to make it nice and big to fill up this 1,000 pixel area. So I didn't think about that when I ungrouped all of this. Oops, I did not mean for it to make it go crooked. So I'm going to have to, each individual one of these, I can make them bigger. I feel like I want the DRE number and the Realtor to be about the same width. So I'll put those together like that. Now for Realtor, let me see. Nope. That wasn't it. Nope. There's a key combination for the R, for the circle R, which you're supposed to use when you use the word Realtor. Nope. I already did that one. I already did that one too. There it is. Found it. Okay, so that looks really weird to be that big. So instead of doing that, and for Windows users, it's Alt 0174. 0174, holding down the Alt key will produce the circle R. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over here with some text. I'm going to find the ad, and I'm just going to use the subtitle here. And we'll go ahead and Alt 0174. There we go. It gives me just a normal circle R, which I can then kind of line it up right there with the Realtor symbol. So now that we have all of our elements in place, I think they look pretty good. You know, maybe this could move over just a little bit. Let me see. There you go. It should line up with the center of the page. I'm going to add the just put these so that they're right there. There we go. That is how I like it. So actually, it looks like I want to find the center. There it is. Okay, so there's the center of that. Bring that here. Find the center there. Maybe even bring this down a little bit more. Okay, I mean, it's not going to be perfect. So anyway, so here we are. So now this is black text on a white background. And actually, it looks like that B is a little bit closer. Bring that over just a little bit more. I like that they overlap a little bit. Okay, so up here at the set background color, you can convert to an image. You could do that if you'd like. You can delete that. Right now it's at white, or you can click on this button right here. I've used it recently, so it's already up here. But if you click on this right here, it will be a transparency. Hit apply, boom. Now I have black text on no background at all. And when you save this, you save it as a PNG and use the transparent background. And it's going to save just the black on that. So you can overlay this onto any photo that's bright and sunny. And then ideally, no, you can't do it. You have to do it separately. So ideally, you would want to save one in a dark color and then one in a white color for any photos that you may have that maybe are darker, that sort of thing. So this one's pretty easy because it's just these 4 elements, so you change it. And then again, you save it with the transparent background, and then you have yourself a 1000 by 500 logo that you can watermark different things. If you have another program, let's see. If you really want to do, you can get kind of crazy with this and change the opacity as well, so that you can bring this down to like a 50 or 40 or whatever percent opacity. And what that will allow you to do is it will also allow the words to become a little bit see-through, so that when you put it on something, it's more of a kind of one of those invisible watermarks. It's not something that is going to stand out quite as much. And you can do that with all of them. And you can type in here 40%. Maybe you can't type in there yet. All right, close enough. Realtor, 40%. Just does not want to go to 40. How did I get that one to 40? That one goes to 40 fine. So now when you put something, let's just say put something behind it, and we'll send this to the back, send it to the bottom. So now you can you'll be able to see the picture comes through the actual words as well. It makes it a little bit more of a watermark versus a like a logo design. So that is how it is done, and I'm going to title my design logo. You can also, if you're on a team or something like that and you want to create something that you want to be able to share, you can share your design. There's a link to the design. Sometimes these buttons don't work really properly, so I would just definitely download them and share them the regular way. But you can also share a link to the project so that another person, if you wanted to build, maybe you're building a logo for somebody else, you can send them a link to the project so that in their designs, in their command, they can open up the project and edit and tinker with it and play with it, or whatever you want to just kind of get it set up for them. That's a possibility for you to do. So that's pretty much it for me. So let's see, I think, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and click done. I will save my changes here so that I will have that for future use. It will now show up my logo in my design templates, and I can come back there and play with it. For David here, I did a very similar thing, but I created a black and white with a transparent background, and then I also created this one black and white with a solid black background, and this is, the white on the black, and then I had the white background with the black logo on it, and I saved those as JPEGs so that he has those options for different things. So those are the 4 minimum that I would definitely require, or I would say that you would need when you get your design. 2 dark, 2 light, 1 transparent, and 1 not. So that's pretty much it for me. So I hope everybody is having a great night, and I will see you guys later. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.